Hey everyone and welcome back to the channel. When you think of the Stone Age, what comes to mind? Probably cavemen, right? Hairy guys in animal skins, grunting and clubbing dinosaurs. Or what if I told you that most of what we think we know about our Stone Age ancestors is completely wrong? Get ready, because today we major myths, mind-blowing about the real Stone Age. First off, let's talk about their homes. The classic is a family huddle. Dark, damp, we did shelter many were. Archaeologists have found evidence of huts built from mammoth bones, complete with hearths and separate living areas. In places like Skara Brae in Scotland, they built entire villages of stone houses that had beds, dressers, and even a primitive form of indoor plumbing. These weren't just shelters, they were homes, built with skill and a surprising amount of comfort in mind. Now, let's tackle their diet. We often call it the paleo diet, thinking they only ate huge chunks of mammoth meat. But the reality was much more varied and, frankly, healthier. They were expert hunter-gatherers, which means their diet changed with the seasons. Yes, they hunted large animals, but they also fished, trapped smaller game, and gathered a huge variety of plants, nuts, seeds, and berries. Evidence from fossilized teeth shows they ate grains and starches, too. Some researchers even believe they had a solid understanding of medicinal plants. They were the original foodies, making the most of what nature provided. What about art and culture? This is where it gets truly amazing. We often think of them as primitive, but Stone Age people were the world's first great artists. Just look at the cave paintings in Lascaux, France, or Altamira, Spain. These aren't just simple stick figures. They are stunning, detailed, and expressive depictions of animals, created with pigments they made themselves from minerals and charcoal. Beyond painting, they carved intricate figurines, like the famous Venus of Willendorf, and created musical instruments. Flutes made from bird bone and mammoth ivory have been discovered, some dating back over 40,000 years. They had art, music, and likely a rich world of stories and myths. Let's move on to technology. The name Stone Age is a bit misleading. Yes, their primary tools were made of stone, but their craftsmanship was extraordinary. They weren't just banging rocks together. They developed sophisticated techniques like knapping to create razor-sharp spearheads, axes, and knives. But they didn't stop at stone. They used bone, antler, and wood to make needles for sewing clothes, harpoons for fishing, and even spear throwers called otlots, which allowed them to hunt large game from a safer distance. This wasn't primitive tech. It was highly advanced and perfectly adapted to their world. Finally, and maybe most importantly, they weren't isolated brutes. They were social beings who lived in communities, cared for each other, and formed complex relationships. Skeletons of elderly or disabled individuals have been found that show they were cared for long after they could have contributed to hunting or gathering. This tells us they had a strong sense of community, compassion, and family. They buried their dead with rituals and grave goods, suggesting they had beliefs about the afterlife and a deep respect for their loved ones. They were, in every sense that matters, just like us. So, the next time you picture a caveman, remember the reality: a skilled builder, a resourceful foodie, a talented artist, a brilliant inventor, and a caring member of a community. The Stone Age wasn't just about survival. It was about innovation, art, and the very beginnings of human society. It's a story far more fascinating than any myth. Thanks so much for watching. If you found these facts as amazing as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our incredible past. See you in the next video.